Welcome to episode 346, Paul Singer, the Vulture hedge fund manager. This is an outline of episode 346. Let us meet Paul Singer, also known as the man who killed Argentina.
We have said, and I believe, that it would be very easy to settle this thing. And we have expressed, and other bondholders have expressed, the willingness to negotiate, the willingness to take
But do you think
paper.
they will?
I think that given the fact that the government of Argentina has elevated a purely commercial dispute, in which we basically have said, we're not willing to take your offer, but they've put no counteroffer. They've elevated that commercial dispute into a dispute in which they position it as a dispute about national dignity. Given that, it's very difficult. It's impossible to predict what they actually will do on or after January 1. It makes every degree of sense in the world for them to sit down with us and work out, us and the other bondholders, and make a deal.
Paul Singer was born in New York City to a Jewish family in 1944. His father is a retail pharmacist. In 1966, Paul Singer graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Psychology from the University of Rochester. Then he went to Harvard Law School, where he graduated in 1969. He was 25 years old. Then he worked for Donaldson, Lufkin, and Jenrette, also known as DLJ. There he said he discovered a secret formula for trading arbitrage. And in 1973, he started his own hedge fund with $1.3 million raised from friends and family. First 10 years, his hedge fund was a small firm. To grow, he must find something other than arbitrage.
What we do and why we do it and the context of it. A little bit of context is useful. We try to make money all the time. For the first 10 or so years of our firm's existence, and we're close to 40 years old, convertible hedging and other relative value arbitrage was our strategy on low leverage to try not to lose money no matter what. We built activities which were meant to create value and add a manual component as a risk-limiting technique, distressed investing, where we get on the committees, activist mergers, merger arbitrage, and activist equity investing.
In 2018, his hedge fund, Elliott Management, manages $35 billion, the largest vulture fund in the world.
But it was a contentious situation.
So if somebody had invested with you in the very beginning, and he or she kept their money with you from the very beginning, I don't know if anybody did that, what kind of rate of return would they have compounded over 40 years?
My mom did that.
Your mother is 99 years old?
Yeah, 99 plus.
99 plus. And,
she's waiting for that call next year.
And I assume she's proud of you, I assume?
Yes, she is.
And is she...
The answer to your other question is, from the beginning, a 13.5% net compounded rate of return, so $1 became like $160, $165.
On intimidating governments and corporations.
At least somebody knows that there's a firm that has the ability to back its assertions and goals, and a team that's done a lot of work. We don't just show up. We may show up in a 13D filing sense, but we spend a lot of time trying to figure situations out, develop our views about which situations are interesting to us, and there's a set of characteristics, which situations are not appropriate.
Is famous as the man who killed Argentina. Paul Singer is also famous for making $1.5 billion in 2010 buying the debt of Delphi, the auto part makers from which GM depends on its parts. In 2018, Paul Singer took over AC Milan, one of the most famous soccer clubs in the world.
who owned the Chicago Cubs baseball franchise, and the Russian oligarch Dmitry Rybolovlev, the majority shareholder of Monaco, Elliott moved to seize AC Milan, effectively becoming the club's new owner.
What have I learned today? Two things. First, how Paul Singer started his hedge fund in 1973 with $1.3 million and grew it to the largest Vulture fund in the world. Second, how he became known as the man who killed Argentina. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave your questions and comments below. My next video will be Paul Singer 10 Lessons. Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.